BlazBlue Centralfiction with praxeos. Start the tutorial mode. Lesson begins. Game rules. Rebellion. BGM select. Lesson. Ragnar the Blood Edge.
チュートリアルモードへようこそ。自分は世界航空情報統制機構の日々工学隊員本日あなたの訓練指導官を担当させていただきますのでどうぞよろしくお願いいたします。
俺が世界航空情報統制機構の英士最高司令官としてこの世の団長の河村克樹である。今日は指導官の監督をさせてもらう。
But I already told you overseer. How do I know if you will be able to teach my money? That role will not be necessary. I am more than able of handling this one on my own. If you don't mind so, may I show you the door to your office? Come on, don't be such a hardest. Let me have some time with the fresh blood too. So the truth comes out. Very well. Whatever you do, please stay out of my way, sir. Stay out of? Who do you think I am? In this introduction, we are going to cover the basics of BlazBlue controls and movement. We hope that you will stay tuned until the end. Fine, ignore me. Should take this out a little bit less for you. Game rules. First, let me explain the basic rules of BlazBlue. BlazBlue is a fighting game in which two characters will fight one-on-one. Let me begin by explaining the fundamentals. When one of the characters' health points reaches 0, the round will finish. The player to win the designated amount of rounds first will be the victorious. What I've just explained can be seen on the game screen right here. The horizontal gauge is the hit point or HP gauge. Taking damage will deplete it. The icon below the HP gauge represents the number of rounds won. The default setting is best of rounds with 3 rounds, which means the first player to win 2 rounds takes the match. Now, let me explain player 1 and what player 2. As the match begins, the character standing on the left side of the screen is player 1. Character on the right side of the screen is player 2. In this tutorial we are going to focus controlling the character from player 1's perspective. We will be controlling the character on the drum roll, yes, left. The same is applied to the HP gauge we mentioned earlier. The left wants player 1 and the right wants player 2. If I may, in normal matches you will be able to select a character of choice. However, for the purposes of the tutorial we are going to use Ragnar the Blood Edge. There are several other gauges on the screen, but we will be covering that in the intermediate section. To summarize, all we expect from you in the beginning is to be able to control your own character. Now where to find HP and now how many rounds you've won. Shall we begin with controlling your character?
Lesson clear!
Movement. First, let's go over to the basics of the movement. Moving the ground. You can move on the ground using the button. Put the direction the character is facing on the button to move forward. Conversely, press the opposite direction on the button to move backward. Putting the up direction on the button, up button will make the character jump, and pressing down will result in the crouch. Now, let's put this to practice.
Action! Nice! Excellent!
Looking good? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention it, but operations on the buttons will be inverted if you somehow switch sides with your opponent. Pro tip. What a pro tip. For the tutorial we're going to focus on when the character is facing right. This is important. When fighting, it doesn't matter if you play 1 or 2, as long as the character is facing the right side, the controls will be safe. To follow, basically, if you switch sides, the operation for moving forwards or backwards is going to be switched. But that doesn't apply to the vertical operations like pressing directly up or down on the jumping in place, and crouching will always have the same command. The same can be said for characters' command list, so please bear that in mind. Dashing and backstabbing. Now I would like to talk about the dash and backstab operations. Quickly inputting the forward direction on the button twice will result in a dash, conversely pressing it backwards twice will result in a backstab. You can hold the button in the forward direction after a dash to keep running forward. Here why don't we try it a few times.
Action! Nice!
Now I should play it really with the old school, really? Not with the analog stick? Nope. Really? Okay. Start dashing quickly.
Nice! Excellent!
Not bad at all. Dashes and backstabs will move you in a given direction faster than simply moving forward or backward. It's a great way to rapidly close a large distance. Say, if you want to close the gap really quick, you can dash right into the opponent. Or if you're trying to dodge an attack and take a quick backstab. Follow? High jump. There's one more operation you should keep in mind while on the ground. High jump. Before pressing the up direction on the quickly input the down direction to perform a high jump, which will send you higher than usual. Gives you a trail of the character shadow while traveling through the air. That means you've successfully executed the high jump. It'll take some practice to get a hang of it, but I'm a trial and error kind of guy. Let's see what it got.
Action!
Ha. The question is play I with the analog or with the normal stick.
Nice!
Analog stick. Bye-bye. Forward. dash backward with the normal stick. Can I come? This normal stick is hard to dash forward. Really fast. But the jump is backward and forward is easier with the normal stick. Jump is easier with the analog stick. Place. Oh, my finger are too slow. That's ultra fast. I must trigger the normal stick ultra fast. Finger Rex to next. Okay. I play it with a normal stick.
Excellent!
See, you can do anything you set your mind to. The high jump can cover a lot of ground and can be used to retreat from an offensive opponent. Or you could use it to chase someone down in the air. I think that about covers all the movement you can do on the ground. Right, Hibiko? Correct, sir. Next, I would like to walk you through what you can do while airborne. Move in the air. Movement. While in the air, you can press the up direction on the button to do a real jump. This is often combined with a jump off the ground, so many refer to it as a double jump. Furthermore, you can perform the dashing motion while in the air, tracking forward on to perform an air dash. Conversely, you can press the back direction two times and quickly suggestion to perform an aerial back dash. Operations in the air are different from their ground counterparts, but that goes without saying. Play around until you can get used to it.
Action!
That's easier. That's easier with the analog stick. That's a bisschen krickelig. better with the normal stick. But that dashes my finger, eh? Wow. Okay. And really the highest point in the really the highest point in the hell. Moment, that must say I must search a word for you. That's like earlier, that's like for 20 years, that makes me Cornea had a, Cornea had a fingers. Do you know the games and C64, Nintendo, NES, or auch Game Boy also, the Dash games and so, Olympia games, Summer games, fighting games, Tekken, Street Fighter, Soul Calibur or so. They're all Mortal Kombat. They're all you dash with. They all get your cornea at the fingers, button bashing. But that I learned with 15 years, 20 years and so. I'm 45. That I learned for 30 years. It was hard for me to learn the analog stick 10 years later, in 2000 or so. Now I play. Oh man. The high shot. But better with the and the highest point simply click. The highest point simply click 1, 2. You must not dash it. You must not dash it. That's a normal jump. Only on the highest point, second time. Not really fast. The analog stick also goes, but more analog stick is more training. Is there a point? Forward is fast. When I put a finger left from the analog stick, it's okay, but then I have the finger left from the, not on the analog stick, left on the analog stick. That's so I cannot play. I must let the finger on the analog stick and must be fast enough. Backward no problem, forward is a problem. Ah, no, You have a very keen sense for this. Air dashes, like the ground counterpart, are excellent ways to quickly close the gap between yourself and the opponent. Likewise, the aerial backdash is usually quickly putting some distance in between yourself and the opponent. That covers the basics, right? That covers the basics, right? Now, we had to practice using Ragnar, but certain movement properties can change depending on the character. You might come across characters who can do more than one air jump, or characters that have a forward step instead of a dash. When you're done with the tutorial, try playing around with the other characters. On that note, my lecture on basic movement is concluded. Next, my favorite. We get to talk about attacking. Now let's go over some basic attack methods. In BlazBlue, there are 4 different types of attack buttons, including A, B, C, D. A, B, Y, X. Without colors here on the stick. And on the other stick also not. Most of the attacks can be performed by combining one of the buttons with an input or motion on the stick. For example, in Ragnar's case, holding forward direction and pressing A will result in a different attack than his normal A. Ragnar will perform a launching uppercut or right. Different characters have different properties with their attacks, but try to get a feel for Ragnar. Oh, that was one by landing C of your choice. Hey, that's false. A, B, C, D, 2. False, also no, the buttons under player 1 I don't know. And but that's normal type. then I can't read that. But it's better. A. When I have the finger, when I have my big finger, I lay it most time at the other side. Practice. Hey. B, C, Y, hey. In a row, in clock. Okay. It's logical, but
Lesson clear.
very well done. Now let's talk about the different D attacks. The D attacks will vary according to each character. Drive ability. Since Ragnar's drive is called Soul Eater, he will absorb the opponent's HP at any time he successfully lands a D type of attack. I hit yesterday some often the D button. A, B, B strong, C, what was C? Oh. Defense. Now let's move on to some defense techniques. Defending. Basics of blocking. When opponent tries to attack you, pressing the back direction will enter a blocking state. This action is called blocking or guarding. Simply inputting the back direction will result in a standing block, whereas pressing diagonally down and back will result in a crouching block. Try blocking the opponent's attacks.
Action!
Okay. One time is enough or two? One. Enough. Okay. Yes, one time. Too early. You run to the... Too early. Hit this middle distance. Down. I must think on the time he runs. Oh. Hot spot. How did it feel? I understand blocking may seem very boring at first, but it is an essential part of actual combat. To add on what he said, when you block while standing, it leaves your feet wide open, so watch out. If you think the opponent's gonna attack low, you best use a crouching block. To add on what he said, when you block while standing, it leaves your feet wide open, so watch. My feet wide open. On the other hand, if you're blocking while crouching, it leaves your head open to attack. If you see an attack that comes from above or from mid-air, switch a standing block. With that information, try blocking the incoming attacks again.
Action!
In a row. That must be the right point, huh? That attack can only be blocked while crouching. If you notice the yellow, you try to block while standing. I saw her. And crouch. What's up? What's up? Why? I must go there. That I see don't know different. When comes this attack, when comes the other. The arms. Yep, the arms. Yeah, maybe. The elbows go out by fast enough. Yeah. Whoa! Have you made a difference between the two types of blocks quite clear? On the ground, it's easy for your opponent to aim low, so I personally recommend using a crouching block. Once you're more familiar with the fundamentals of blocking, try to switch according to your opponent's attacks. For the moment, if you stick to crouching block while the opponent is on the ground, and standing block while the opponent is airborne, you should do just fine. Recovering Ukemi. Now I would like to go over the technique commonly called Ukemi or recovery. If the character you control gets knocked back from an attack or knocked down from a combo, you will be unable to control the character for a short period. During this period, pressing A, B, C, D button will recover the character as soon as possible. This is known as recovery or in some circles, Ukemi. Let's dive into the application. For now, try to recover using the A, B, C button. You can't recover with the D button, so be careful. Oh. after block, Y down. Det var så også god aber. Sample. So that's my sample.
Action! Action!
I can. What I can do is go back, and when I see that's not his attack, he goes down, also he jumps up. I do in the right time block, standard block, and then I see it's not his word. I go down. On the ground it's easy for your opponent to aim low, so I personally recommend using the crouching block. Once you're more familiar with the fundamentals of blocking, try to switch according to your opponent's attack. For the moment, it is the crouching block, while the opponent is on the ground and standing block. While the opponent is airborne, you should do just fine. Recovering Kemi. Now I would like to go over the technique commonly called Ukemi or recovery. If the character you control gets knocked back from an attack or knocked down from a combo, when he knocked down, or you will be unable to control the character for a short period. Yes, then I can do nothing. During this period, pressing the A, B, C or D button will recover your character as soon as possible. This is known as a recovery, or in some circles Ukemi. Let's dive into the application. For now, trying to recover using the ABC buttons, you can't recover with the D button, so be careful.
Action! B ボタンでは受け身は取れないので注意してください。
So we'll recover.
Nice!
When I get a hit, that's when he blinks up.
Lesson clear!
Are you getting a feel for it? While you're down, you will be vulnerable to attacks, so I recommend recovering as soon as possible. Let's go over some additional techniques for when you go down. What you just tried is known as an emergency recovery, which is done the moment you go down and are able to move. But there are different ways to get up when you're completely down on the ground. It's what's called a wake up, and you can actually take different actions with this one by inputting different directions under. If you go down completely without taking an emergency recovery, without any inputs under, press either one of the ABC buttons. You do, and it will wake up. Button will cause, forward button will cause the character to advance while waking up. Forward, wake up. Plus button will cause the character to retreat while waking up. Backward, wake up. Button input will cause the character to wake up in place. And those are the various tools you have at your disposal for recovering in a variety of situations that should help control distance for the next encounter. Note, recoveries other than the neutral recovery will leave you vulnerable to enemy attacks during the motion. They may try to rush you down. So there you have it. Until you get used battles, I recommend you use the emergency recovery or neutral wake up. Special attacks. Next we're going to dive into of a fighting game, special attacks. Special attacks are performed by pressing a special input under combined with button combinations. And this is the next episode. Bye!